Hello there. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. It has been a productive and busy morning for me here. I want to know, what do you have going on today? Let us know down in the comments below. I went to one of my networking groups this morning from like 8:30 to 9:30, came home, had a 10 o'clock client. I'm here with you live now. I've got another networking event later on tonight. I've decided that my cardio today, because it's a cardio day for the gym, will be going and rollerblading at one of the local parks. I love rollerblading. Have you tried it before? It's so great. And once you get the hang of it, it's very, very easy. You just have to get over that fear of falling, which I know can seem kind of scary, but it's going to be okay, especially if you just keep moving and you figure out how to brake, which I haven't figured that out yet. I'm going to learn, I promise, but I have not figured out how to brake yet. But that's something that I'm going to be working on probably today when I go rollerblading. So today we are talking about 3 mindset strategies to help you eat what you'd like and still reach your goals, because let's be honest, guilt is not on the menu. We should not feel guilty about eating. Eating is one of those things that we need to do. We have this like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and that's the idea that unless all of these things are satisfied, food, clothing, shelter, and water, if we don't have those 4 things, then we cannot thrive as human beings. So food is something that we need to eat. We are built because we need nutrition. That's why the food is there for us, is to give you energy. And if we are not eating regularly, then it's going to be a lot harder for us to be able to reach our goals. So 3 mindset strategies to help you eat what you like and add what you need. And that's going to be our first one here. So for many of us, especially if we have a history of restrictive dieting or history of trying to lose weight, we often come into meal times with that judgmental eye of like, oh, that thing is bad for me. I can't have that. That doesn't have enough protein, or that's not good for me. That's not going to help me achieve my goals. We really want to work on separating those beliefs, whether they label food as good or bad, out, and start to focus on the overall health aspect of our food and start seeing food as energy for us. Rather than foods are going to be that thing that kind of destroy our goals or help our goals, if we can start to see food as a way to help propel us forward with our goals, it's going to be a lot easier for us to have success in the long run. And one of the ways that we teach that better mindset around food and nutrition to our clients, because no foods are off limits, is when we approach it with the idea of eating what you'd like and adding what you need. So once we can remove that stigma around this is a bad food or this is a good food, these are bad for me, or I'm a bad person because I'm eating this, and maybe you're not having that thought of like, I'm bad because I'm eating cupcakes. But when we have that subliminal talking going on saying that cupcakes are bad for us, it is bad for us to eat cupcakes, we have that connection being made in our brain of I must be bad, or I must be eating the wrong thing because these are labeled bad, and bad is not a good thing. Bad is not a desirable thing. So if we can start to stratify that out and saying, what do I really want out of this meal? What will taste really, really good to me? Do I want a crumble cookie? Do I want strawberry shortcake? Do I want pasta tonight for dinner? How can I make this work? Do I want home fries with dinner tonight? How can I add what I need to make this a balanced meal? And that's exactly what we're having for dinner tonight. It's actually like a steak hash. So there's potatoes in there, and actually potatoes have been recently said to be one of the most satisfying foods. So not a bad thing at all to have potatoes in our life, but I'm adding protein to them by adding steak or ground beef. And then I'm also adding the color, because we know that we need those 3 components to our meals: protein, carb, and color, which is available right now inside of our free guide, our Energy Boosting Meals Guide, which is out now. I'll drop the link down in the comments below, because if you don't have that guide, you need it. It's how you can make these meals more enjoyable, more satisfying, and boost your energy level as well. But I'm eating what I like and adding what I need, rather than having it be this meal needs to be perfect, or I'm not feeling satisfied from this meal because it's missing something. Why don't we start to look at that narrative or that idea of I can have what I'm wanting, and I'm looking for how I can balance it and get the most nutrition out of it as well at that same time. So number 1, having that idea of eating what we like and adding what we need. Number 2 is maybe destigmatizing certain foods. So maybe it's getting down to that root cause or that root thing of, why do I feel like potatoes are bad for me? Why do I feel guilty when I have carbohydrates? Are they actually something that's bad for me? And how can I incorporate them without having that feeling of I'm going to overdo it or I'm guilty for having this? And for many people, it's looking at the portion size of things. That's what the big issue is for many of us, is that we will overserve ourselves in those situations for foods that are still great for us, but we just don't know how to portion them right. So maybe it's saying I'm going to have the pasta, but rather than making half of my plate pasta, can I make sure that there's a protein source there? Can I still make sure that there's a carbohydrate there? How do I be mindful that I'm having only 1 cup of pasta, which is going to be about that size of a fist, to be able to incorporate that into my meals and still make them be satisfying at the same time? So if we can say, all right, how can I make this less of an issue? How can I structure my meals so that I'm still getting in what I need while still having what I want at the same time? It can really help with creating that change and incorporating in some of those favorite foods too. So number 3, to help you demystify those meals and help you to feel more satisfied, is actually making food that you're going to enjoy. Oftentimes when we are pursuing weight loss or overall health, we have this idea that we can't have certain things. So maybe it is that cutting out carbohydrates. It's maybe saying, how can I get to the balance of this in a meal that's not going to make or break my goals? So if we're having something, maybe it's enjoying it and saying, I'm going to make sure that this is a meal that's satisfying versus, I'm just eating chicken and rice all the time and I'm not feeling satisfied and then I have cravings. Why aren't we making pizza for dinner? Why aren't we adding a protein with it to make it more satisfying and actually make it a meal that we're going to enjoy and look forward to? Maybe you love Mexican food. Maybe you're saying, I'm going to make fajitas because they're higher in protein, they're higher in fiber, they've got a lot of fruits or vegetables mixed in there as well. Why are we not making our meals satisfying, but being mindful of the portion size at the same time too? So if we can look at this and kind of wrap a lovely little bow on it, we are looking for our meals to be something that are satisfying, something that we are looking forward to having and that we're actually going to feel excited about. If you're eating the same thing every single day, you're probably going to get bored with it. You're probably not going to be able to reach your goals in the long run because you are feeling those cravings post-meal time to have something else because that meal wasn't satisfying to you. We're eating what we'd like and we're adding what we need, and then we're being mindful of the portion size with things. So accepting that we do need carbohydrates on the plate, because that's usually that first thing that many of us will start dropping with meals, but being mindful of how can I have this in the right balance so that it's not turning into a carbohydrate plate, it's turning into a balanced plate that has protein, that has heart-healthy fats, that has fiber in it, that has that color there to keep that balance. Once we start to normalize that food and drop that good or bad mentality, it's a lot easier for us to be able to reach our goals and actually feel more satisfied with meals and have less of that mindless snacking. Research shows that when we cut out certain food groups or when we cut certain foods out, we're actually 133% more likely to overeat on those foods next time that those are available. So if we can incorporate those trigger foods for us or incorporate those foods that we may feel like we can't control ourselves around, but be mindful of the portion size and make them part of a meal rather than separated all on their own, we're more likely to be able to achieve our goals and prevent that overeating, which is then going to trigger weight gain for us. So I hope that you learned something from today's NWE Live. Go on over to our YouTube channel. We have tons of live trainings. Our previous lives are on there as well. Our Nourish membership is now enrolling. If you are interested, you get 1 hour live trainings like this every month, but you also get community support, guidance, and access to us as well too. We have a group chat just for those that are inside the Nourish membership. It is only $29 a month. So you get that 1 hour masterclass, which is the next one will be coming up on May 18th. You get that group chat. You get all of the recipes, resources, guides to help you start making change, help you to start making progress. It is not a strictly weight loss membership. It is an overall health and nutrition membership. Can you lose weight from some of the tools that we're helping you through and with inside the membership? Absolutely. But can you also just have a better relationship with food and a more balanced nutrition routine and lifestyle through the Nourish membership? 100%. It is not just weight loss focused. We help our clients, feel the most confident in their skin and in the kitchen through nutrition counseling, education, and support, whether it be through the Nourish membership, whether it be through our 8-week small group coaching program, which the price is actually going up for that this weekend. It's kicking off in July. Can drop more details down in the comments below as well. Or if you're working with us one-on-one inside of our signature nutrition coaching program. So there's a variety of ways to work with us. We'd love to support you on your goals. Just reach out and ask. I hope you had a wonderful time on this live with me today. I'm going to go make some more coffee and work on the finishing touches for a PowerPoint presentation that I have to give tomorrow to a local group on how to meal prep. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you soon.